Bismillah, والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. With you is Karim Elgazar, a developer of the AI Fatwa application. AI Fatwa is a smart platform that can answer your religious questions or Islamic fatwa using AI instantly. Due to the increasing number of Muslims every year, especially after the events of October 7th, and with the courage of our people in Gaza, may God grant them victory and support. God has guided many people to Islam from different countries and with different languages. If you have a specific fatwa you want to ask about, you can send the fatwa to the sheikh, or you can send the fatwa, for example, to a specific website on the internet, but you will wait days or even weeks to be able to get an answer. Even using Google, if you search for a specific fatwa, and from my experience, you may search for a very long time until you reach the answer and make sure it is suitable for your situation and circumstances. But by using AI Fatwa, you can ask the question and get the answer immediately. AI Fatwa relies on technology called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. It has more than 335,000 fatwas from trusted sites like Islam Web, Islam QA, the website of Sheikh Ibn Baz, the website of Sheikh Ibn Usaymin. We can open the application so that we can try the features in practice. So let's click on Ask AI Fatwa now. This is the UI of AI Fatwa. Below here you will find example of fatwas that you can ask in different languages. For example, Arabic, English, French. I think this is Malaysian language. AI Fatwa supports 240 different languages. This solves a very big problem given that Muslims all over the world, and because the largest fatwa site on the internet supports a maximum of 10 or 11 languages. So if there is a Muslim whose language is not supported, he will not be able to ask. Plus, he will not be able to understand existing fatwas because they are not in his language. So AI Fatwa solves this problem so that you can ask your question in any language and it will be able to answer you in exactly the same language. So let's try the English, for example. As you can see here, he asked the fatwa immediately and answer your question immediately. There is no need to wait. So also, the second thing and the most important point, any answer from the AI automatically retrieves the sources from which it got the fatwa. Is this so that if you are not sure of the answer or doubt it or feel that AI might have fabricated the answer, you can go to the sources and check for yourself. But it is very unlikely that the AI will be able to do that, because if it doesn't find fatwas to answer you, it will apologize and it will not be able to answer your fatwa. Most of the time, the fatwa produced by AI is very accurate. Now let's assume a person only reads English. So what is the use of sources in other languages? The benefit of sources in other language is credibility. Suppose you are asking about a specific fatwa in English and this fatwa has no sources in English, but it has sources, for example, in Turkish, Arabic, or any other language. So the AI fatwa must give you the sources in other languages so that there is a credibility and you are sure that the fatwa is actually based on original sources. So you can open any of these sources and check for yourself. For example, let's open this one. And let's try to translate it to English so we can understand the text. It is in Arabic. Okay, so the question is already about credit cards and how we can use them, and if it is like halal or haram to use credit cards. So it is very relevant to our original fatwa which we are using about credit cards, because the original fatwa here it is in Arabic, and the AI fatwa was able to find the sources even if it is in another language, so that you have credibility and you are assured that fatwa is based on original fatwas. Another feature is that AI fatwa supports follow-up question or clarifying questions. Meaning, for example, here we are asking about to use credit cards for online shopping. So here we can ask another follow-up question about, for example, debit card. Let's say, what about debit card? It is permissible to use debit cards for online shopping provided that the debit card doesn't involve any riba, interest, or usury in any transaction. Okay, amazing. Okay, he provided also the sources in other languages, and you can check them for yourself. Another feature is that you can ask in any other language in the same chat. It is not necessary that your conversation be all in one language, but I prefer the conversation to be all in one language so that you don't get confused and the AI can also focus on providing answers in the same language. Okay, let's try another follow-up question, but in this time it will be in Arabic. So let's try, for example, we will be asking about PayPal but in Arabic. ماذا عن PayPal؟ He provided us the answer for using PayPal for payment and for online shopping, and we can translate it to English so that you can understand what AI Fatwa has said. It is permissible to use PayPal to make money transfers and pay commissions for services, especially for sites that doesn't take a commission from the buyer, etc., etc. Okay, and you can also find the sources here about using PayPal and also in other languages. Okay, of course, AI Fatwa has many other features. One of the most important feature is that it is available 24/7. You can ask anytime. You don't need, for example, to book an appointment with a sheikh or send your question and wait for days for the answer to arrive. All you need is to ask the question and AI Fatwa will answer you directly. As for privacy and security, this is a very important point for us, and no one can access your questions or fatwas. So if you have a private question and you are embarrassed to ask the sheikh, you can now ask AI Fatwa very comfortably, especially you are talking to an AI, not a human. So of course there is no embarrassment and there will be privacy and security. AI Fatwa can answer most fatwas in most fields, whether it is prayer, zakah, fasting, hajj, etc., even historical events and historical figures. AI Fatwa is always evolving day by day. AI Fatwa relies heavily on the fatwas provided on the site that we mentioned before, Islam Web, Islam QA, etc. And God willing, I'll add more sites in the future, so the more fatwas that are added, the more AI Fatwa evolves and the more its answer become better and better. So of course there are many features in AI Fatwa that we haven't explained yet, but God willing, we'll explain them in other future videos. So I'd like to hear your opinions and thank you so much for your time and peace be upon you. Thanks.